Welcome. Today's video will be a different kind of video. First, I will have a short part about Kyle Adams, who don't understand that you can't see colors in black and white photos. And the main part of the video will be about how to use a slider. First of all, I want to thank all my patrons, members, donors and subscribers. All of you are important for me. Thank you very much. Kyle have used the moon rocks that were sent by NASA to different countries in the world as some kind of proof that we haven't been to the moon. We will have a short look at his latest video.
In 1973, President Nixon went out and distributed a bunch of small fragments of what he claimed to be moon rocks to all 50 states and various other countries. These became known as the Goodwill moon rocks. Now, as you might remember, previously we took a look at the Dutch moon rock that upon further investigation turned out to be a piece of petrified wood. We also pointed out how, despite its obvious red color, according to the news report, no one thought to question whether it was real or fake. Like it wasn't obvious enough just by looking at the rock and comparing it with pictures of the moon. Do you see any red moon rocks over there?
Of course you can't see any red rocks on that photo, because it's taken with a black and white film. Oh dear, how stupid can you get? Let's move on to the next topic, sliders. Welcome. This video I did show on my last live stream, and I talked a bit about the usage of sliders. A common way to make videos more interesting is to add some movement into it. If you don't have any people or other things moving and you want to show, for instance, this house, you can add a movement to make it more interesting. There are several methods to do that. You can slowly move side to side, for instance, but then you have the problem to hold the camera steady. One thing you often get recommended is some kind of gimbal. A good gimbal is quite expensive, but they still have their limitations. I own several gimbals, but I seldom use them. The reason for that is that, first of all, it takes time to calibrate them. Or do I change lenses or equipment that I'm using, I have to balance it again, and still it have its limitations. This is the rig I often use when I want to have a light equipment and are planning to film when I'm moving. This is my smallest video camera. It's a 5-year-old Canon XC10. It's the smallest of the cameras in the professional series. It's have not interchangeable lenses, but it's a 4K camera and is filming in broadcast quality. Most of the times I use the grip that you see I mounted the camera on and the external screen to see better what I'm filming, to be able to see the focus better and so on. Using this type of grip combined with the image stabilization in the camera and some practice, you can get quite steady images when you're filming. This type of grip is not expensive, perhaps 40-50 euros. External monitor is not necessary, but I think it's a great help to make better videos. Then I don't have to go to the computer and import it to see the result, and it's much easier to compose, to get the correct exposure, the correct focus, and so on. I highly recommend it if you want to make more out of your videos, but it's not necessary. A monitor of the type I have in this image costs about 150 to 200 euros, and they are 4K capable. If I don't need to move, I often use sliders to get a stable video. The one I use to make the videos in this video is a one for about 100 euros. It have no motors and so on, but it's a great slider. You can place a slider directly on the ground, or as I did in this example, I placed it on a table. I filmed how I use it with my mobile phone, so it's not great footage, but I think you understand how it works. And here is the result from that take. Instead of using the zoom, I can slide towards something. And here you have the result of that take. A common way to use a slider is to mount it on a tripod, but it can be difficult if you don't have a big tripod, that it can be a bit wobbly when you're out at the ends of the slider. And I did forget to take an image on that. If you tilt the tripod down, you can make a crane shot, as it's called in filmmaking, and it looks like this. To get it more stable, I often use two stands for my lights. They are not so big, but they are stable enough to hold up the camera and the slider. And this one was taken with that setup. This type of movement you can do in other ways too. If you have something with wheels, perhaps toy car, you can move your smartphone on table when you're filming. Yesterdays when I was out on an assignment, I bring my camera and slider and took some more quick shots on it to show different way to use this technique. I will make more videos on this subject, and I will put a bit more effort into make great slider shots. This was some quick ones I took only to show different ways to use it. I hope you did find it interesting. If you have some things regarding filmmaking or photography you want me to take up in upcoming episodes, send me a message and I will try to make a video about the subject you want me to make. This part of the video will roll on with the music only for a while. I will be back later in the video. That was all I had for you today. I hope you liked the video. And once again, thanks all of you that helping me, helping Ukraine. More information in the description. We reach close to 3,400 euros sent to Ukraine. I will be back soon. Have a nice day. Bye.